This one was completely changed my dating life. Of that being able to, and for the spiritual folks in the room, I saw it as really an underdeveloped third chakra. We're taught not to be powerful, especially as women. And by developing that sense of my own personal power and not continuing to hand it over to someone else to decide for me, that's when my dating life changed and got to a level of mastery. It takes a mental shift, and it could happen for you in this instant, or it could take 10 years. Okay? So keep thinking about it, keep feeling it, keep noticing. What my coach helped me to do week to week was notice every time I gave over my power. So I'd be like, oh, this guy didn't text me back. He'd go, you're dependent on his response. You're handing your power over to him, his not texting you back as to what quality you are of a person. Oh, yeah, I was doing that. Okay? How am I in this moment handing my power over when somebody walks into a room? Am I like, oh, she's prettier than me? Or am I like, girl, you look hot. I appreciate you too. Am I handing over my power as somebody's definition of that's prettier than me? Or am I just going, that doesn't threaten me. I don't hand my power over. Okay? Every time I would feel like, oh, you know, a lot of stuff when you're dating, when you're older, like, oh, a lot of people want to tell you too old to date or whatever. It's like, am I handing my power over to that kind of brainwashing? So it's this continually noticing, for me it was a continually noticing, where am I handing over my power to someone else to define me or to say who I can love or who I can't? I shared last week I dated men everywhere from 28 to 68. I wish I dated guys in their 70s, but I set a arbitrary limit that I feel a little embarrassed of, and that was because I decided I'm gonna date who I want. I'm not gonna listen to any of that. And then when I had that attitude, those men were there wanting to date me. But before, they weren't. So we can get this in an instant, but we start with this noticing of, it could be a third chakra awareness, or if you're not familiar with that language, just start noticing how I hand my power over. This has a lot to do with dating.